super exciting. Shelby Vogel, a part of our digital team, not anymore. She is now a First Alert forecaster.
She's on my team now.
I know. So leaving our team to go to your team. But I mean, that's super, super exciting. So we just thought it would be great to just chat with you about this new role.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to get started. I've loved weather since I was a kid. So it's a dream come true to get to come here and get to give weather to my hometown area. I'm from Paducah, so.
So tell us a little bit about, like I said, of course, like I said, you've been interested in weather, obviously, because now you're on the First Alert weather team. You got to have your first morning shift this morning, and that's saying, so Shelby's going to be kind of filling the role, of course, Tanner Bremer. He's going back to Virginia. We're going to miss him, but we're wishing him the best of luck. So we're glad to have Shelby taking his place. You're going to see her on mornings a couple times a week as we're just, working on getting her feet wet on every possible shift here. But tell us about just how you got interested in weather to begin with.
Believe it or not, when I was little, I was actually really, really scared. Like when the tornado sirens went off, I was the kid that was like grabbing I'd always go find wherever our cat was, made sure the cat was in the basement. We had to make sure that she was okay. So then we went from that to like my dad would say, hey, there's a storm outside, come look at it with me. And I would go out and stand in the front yard with him and he'd be like, you see the cloud? It looks green. That means there's hail in it, and kind of started teaching me a little bit. And I thought, this isn't so scary if you kind of get to know it. And my older sister, Kayla, she loved weather when she was a kid too. And we just kind of thought, coming from Paducah, that like, what can you do as a job for this? It's really hard to find a career doing it. So I always just thought it would be an interest of mine. I would storm chase with the volunteer fire department in Paducah, but I thought that was all that I was ever going to get to do with it. So getting to come here and do it every single day for a living is surreal.
Yeah, and so like starting on digital, I mean, you were our night shift digital gal and did a lot with Kevin Selly, during the night. Can you kind of talk about just your role there? And, Kevin was kind of the one that was like, hey, have you thought about this?
He did kickstart it for me. Every night with digital, I had to come in here and do a Facebook Live with him, just kind of go over the weather. And every night, as soon as I'd turn off that Facebook Live, I'd go, Kevin, why is it doing this? Why is it cold? Why is this? What's that? And I just would constantly pick his brain with question after question. And he enjoyed it. And he was like, have you ever thought about doing this for a living? You seem to enjoy it. You seem to be very interested in it. So it was like, have you ever thought about trying this? Because you seem to really like it and you seem kind of like naturally inclined towards weather. So it's like, I never thought about it. And then Sheldon went to Mississippi State. He told me about that and told me about that program and how I could go there and get the education that I need without having to move away. And I thought, you know what? Let's give it a shot.
Yeah. And then I got hold of her, and we started. We started, doing the training and learning the TV part, of the studio part of weather as she gets that meteorology education. So it's all coming together. I can guarantee this. I vouch 100% for the passion that Shelby has for just tracking weather and keeping people safe. If you don't have that, you don't get on my team. That's one of the first things I ask. And if I don't detect that passion, you're not going to be on the team. So just know that Shelby's one of us.
Yeah. Well, I remember riding to summer celebration with you. Actually, that's kind of what started. I applied to go back to school, and then I was going to summer celebration with the digital team just to get pictures for socials, Facebook, all of those different things. And I asked if I could go, and they said, sure, but you have to ride with Dave. And I was like, heck yeah, I want to ride with Dave. Like, yes.
It's interesting, you have to ride with Dave.
You have to.
There are worse things.
So I jumped in the car with Dave, and we rode all the way over to Canadian, and we were just talking weather all the way over there. And I said something about, I'd love to train with you. And he was like, well, if you want to train, take that initiative. Come ask to start training. And I was like, okay. So the very next day, I went to the news director's office and I was like, I want to start training with Dave. I want to start practicing this and getting some air checks in and some practice on the wall. So that was back in, I think, June of 24 that we started practicing.
Yeah. So a lot of hard work finally getting to pay off, which is super exciting for sure. So as we're rolling in, I mean, you're getting on the team right, I feel like at a great time because we just had our first, First Alert event for severe weather yesterday. Yeah. What are you most looking forward to as we roll on into this spring season?
Probably just getting to chase and getting to not only get to see those events in person. I haven't gotten to chase in person in a long time, but also just getting to keep my hometown, all of the viewers, all of you guys, keeping you all safe and protect it and say, hey, we're watching things, we've got our eye on it, so you don't have to worry because we've got this and we're going to keep you safe and informed. And then, of course, I'd love to get to see a tornado or two as long as they're off in a pasture away from everybody.
Absolutely, yeah. So when can folks expect to see you on air?
I was on this morning, and I will be on mornings on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'll also be on the noon today with Kelsey,
yes,
so we will get to do
stuff.
that. And then I will be the weekend Met as well, so on the weekend shows.
Yeah, and like you said, storm season, you're going to see us all a lot 24/7 around the clock because, it takes a lot. Takes the whole team to track a blitz of storms and do what Shelby said, keep you safe. So you'll see us all, and she's going to fit right into that.
Right. I got the caffeine ready.
There you go. Going to need a lot of that for sure. So we're excited to have Shelby on the team. If you're not already following her on Facebook, make sure to go find her, Shelby Vogel, online. Go give her a follow. Like I said, you're going to be seeing all of us here. Like I said, we're in first alert mode again for today. But before